Hi everyone, it is time for another pattern. Go to pattern focus, scroll down here, we're going to go to here, there we go, PC flower. Nobody has done this pattern, so come on, be nice and big. There it is. It's sort of a paperclip looking pattern, isn't it? So it looks like we start with a big U shape and another one. So it kind of looks like a paperclip. And then from this one, coming up and over here, we're going to do a spiral. And then over here, we're going to do another spiral. Why? I don't really know why you can't just do a spiral and come across and then do another spiral. I don't know, but you know, everybody has their own way of doing a step out. And then at the other end of these clips that's not attached to the spiral, we're going to do a little teardrop. And then we're going to create some feathering around that teardrop shape, going around the edge. And then put a little line in there to make it look more like a leaf. Right? And some dots. So it looks like we're aiming for that shape right there, like that. Sort of a paperclip shape. And then in the artwork, there's one like this. I would say that if you were going to do this one, you would do the spirals first and then do this paperclippy shape. And that might be actually the better way to do this particular drawing. I think I might do it that way. I might draw this spiral like this and then do this and that. That might be more appealing to me. Then here's this one where it's kind of like 4 of them plus an extra one here, there, and there. Let's see what happens with this particular pattern. I'm inclined, I don't know what I'm inclined to do, but I am inclined to do this spiral first. I'll draw one this way, the way the step out is, but I'm inclined to do it a different way. Just saying. That's what I'm thinking of. Okay, turn on my light. Everybody close your eyes. Hey, the sun is coming in this window and it's getting really hot. I'm going to have to get up and turn on the air here shortly. I should have done that before I started. But that's alright. Whatever. Okay. Got myself the 3.5 by 4 square because I like that particular size. It's a little bit bigger, give me a little bit more space. I am going to give myself a slight border just so I don't get too close to the edge. And I'm going to plan this out a little bit. I'm going to find the middle. Like that. And then I do like that idea of having these kind of coming in here. So then the shape would be like that. So I'm just kind of planning it out that this shape would be like that, that would be like that, and that would be like that. Then this one would be like this, and like that. This, and like this. This, and like that. Right? Yes. So it would be this way. That's my general game plan here. Okay. We're going to start with that. Okay, next question on my list of questions. Do you like cookies, cakes, or any sweet dessert? Yes, I do. Matter of fact, it's funny, I have a cookbook that I got from my mother that is something like that, right? That is family recipes, right? I thought it was funny first time I looked through it. There are sections, you know, there's sections for meats, for soups, for breads, for breakfast. By far and wide, the biggest section was desserts, and the dessert section by itself was bigger than the whole rest of, it was more than half of the book. Matter of fact, I may even have that book sitting here, now that I think about it. She has actually made a book called, I don't know if you can see this, my mom has made a recipe book called A Nickel's Worth of Sweets and Other Recipes, because desserts was more than half the book. Look at the size of this book. And more than half of it is desserts. That's my great grandma. She has passed away a long time ago when I was like about 5. But these are all her recipes. My mom made this wonderful book. She went through every recipe that they had, but most of these are sweets. There are other recipes in here, but most of these are sweets. Well, actually, no, this one doesn't have the other recipes. I take it back. I take it back. Well, no, there's a few. There's a few other recipes in here, but most of it's sweets. Let's see. Barbecue sauce, butters. Okay. Excuse me. I'm looking through this. Yeah. Like under fish, there are 3 things. Under frosting, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. About 20 different kinds of frosting, but only 3 recipes on how to cook fish. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 recipes on how to cook meat. But there is, you know, about 30, 40 recipes on how to make cake. Yeah, sweets and enjoying sweets runs in my family deep and wide. Anyway, that was an aside that maybe you do or don't care about. Where am I supposed to go? Oh yeah, I'm supposed to make a teardrop here. I got lost. Like that. And then something like that. I like to put the little dot when I do that. Oh, you are so far away. You didn't see any of that. I I'm sorry. I forgot I'd zoomed out to show you my book. Okay, I'm zoomed back in. We'll do it again over here. There's going to be a lot of these. A little teardrop, and a little teardrop, and a little teardrop. And one that comes up over the side. I like to have a little dot when I make my little line. That's just me. There we go. So that's the pattern right there. And then we're just going to do a bunch of them. I wasn't very careful right there. Okay, just fix it. Okay. Oh, I was going to give you guys an update on my foot. It's still a bit swollen. My toe is doing better, but my whole overall foot is still swollen. And I don't know. I go to the doctor a week from today, so we will see what he says about my swollen foot. I'm not overly happy with the swollen foot business. The rest of my toes feeling better. Every so often it will let me know that it's there. But for the most part, I think my toe is actually healing really well. But it's this business with the top of my foot, because the boards did hit the top of my foot too, and even though my foot wasn't broken, it really swelled up and was really quite... That part has actually been more of a trouble than my toe. I'm supposed to start next week transitioning to a shoe, but if my foot is this swollen, I don't know if I can get my foot in a shoe. I haven't tried, and I'm not going to try because I don't want to force anything until the doctor says I'm allowed to. But I have been walking more around the house, not in the boot, because I can try to flex my toes and my ankle more when I'm not in the boot. And I thought maybe that would help with the swelling. I don't know if it is or isn't. So I'm still, for much of the day, sitting. But luckily, I can sit and draw and talk to you guys, so I don't have to stop doing that. I can still drive. Matter of fact, tomorrow I'm driving a friend to the airport. She's going to go visit a cousin or something. She asked me if I could give her a ride. So that's good. I think I'm going to put these in here. I wonder if I'm just going to see what happens if I do that. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try doing the scroll first. This all worked really well, doing the U and then the scroll. I'm going to just see what happens if I do the scroll first. So I'm going to just do my scroll here. And then here. and then do like that and like that. I don't know. I don't think that was the wise move. And I'm too close to the edge. But it is what it is. It's what I did. So we're gonna live with it. Kind of, sort of. I'm not happy with that part. I was happier before I added these, but you know what? It's too late now. I'm just gonna keep going. Another question. I need another question. What sports do you love most? I'm not really a sporty person. I think I've answered this kind of question before. One of my other cards when I drew a card, but as of actually doing a sport, not really any. I'm just not a sporty person. I guess bowling would be the closest. I don't know, some people don't consider that a sport, but that's where I met my husband, was bowling. So I would say bowling would be the... As for sports that I like to watch, I really enjoy watching the Olympics. But those types of sports are not usually on television any other time except for during the Olympics. So it's rare to be able to watch, you know, swimming or gymnastics or any of those other things. Skiing, curling. None of those things are on TV any other time except during the Olympics. So I feel like, I mean, this is okay. The pattern is working it as intended, but I feel like there's no contrast. It's all too frilly. So I'm going to actually get my brush pen out. I'm going to create some depth by making some contrasting lines. I think I'm going to really just emphasize this one like that. Do that on all of them. Let's see. Next question. What do you prefer? Tea, coffee, juice, or just drinking water? I'm not a coffee and tea drinker. 90% of the time when I'm having something to drink, it is just water. From the tap, filtered, but from the tap. We live in an area where the drinking water is safe. So I don't don't spend for bottled water. We have friends who prefer bottled water, so there is bottled water in the fridge, but I don't tend to grab it. Juice, I like juices. Apple, orange, pomegranate is really good. Cherry, berry juices. Not really fond of strawberry as a flavor. But any of the other berries, you know, blueberry, raspberry, those are good flavors. Okay, I like that better. And now I want a little more on the swirl as well, but I don't want this pen. That's too much. I think I'll go with the 08. I just want my swirls to have a little more flourish to them. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just going to continue doing that. And I answer the next question. Have you ever thought of being a writer? That's an interesting question. I like Cecile's questions. Some of them are a little odd, but you know, they're thought-provoking. I have not thought of being a writer. My best friend is a writer, so I certainly know a little bit about being a writer. I have other friends who, I have another friend who has written a book. Matter of fact, I have his book right here. I don't know if I have her book next to me. His book just happens to be here. So, if y'all are interested, Apocalypse TV by Thomas Alva. Good book. I know him. Paula's book. Do I have Paula's book sitting here? No, her book's out in the living room. My other friend has written a book on the history of our area. So if you look up, now that pen bled. That brush pen bled. You know, usually I've been filling in with that brush pen. I haven't usually used it as a liner. I hadn't noticed that it's causing a bleeding issue. Oh well. We'll just live with it. Maybe it's the paper. This paper seems to be a little bleedy. That happens sometimes too. But no, I never thought of being a writer. I can write. It's just not really my thing. Will you lend money to your friend in need? Will you worry about he, she never return the money? Yes, we have already lent money to a friend in need. Some of them have paid us back, and some are still working on it. And do I worry about them paying back? No. Would I like them to pay it back? Absolutely. you know, we're not made of money. But at the same time, you know, we understand that sometimes you're just in a little bit of a crunch. We had some friends who, a friend who had been laid off, and she was having some tough times, you know. So we lent them a little bit of money to get by, and repayment has started. It's going slow, but it's started. My theory on that, though, is never lend money that you can't afford to not get back. Because there may be other circumstances that come up where they just can't pay you back. You know, if for example, with the friend that was temporarily unemployed or underemployed, not really unemployed. She was still employed, but she was underemployed. She'd lost her job, and the new job she found was not providing their needs adequately. That you should never lend out money that you need back right away, because you don't know. So you have to be prepared that it may never come back. That being said, you know, I also am careful about who I lend money to, because, you know, I only really lend to people who either, if I don't think that they can ever pay me back, then it becomes a gift, and you just tell them it's a gift and you don't have to pay me back. If it's a loan, then, you know, expect that there may come a time where it doesn't come back. So you have to be prepared. If you're planning on it, if you say, you know, I'm going to lend my friend $100. Let's say $100. I'm going to lend my friend $100, but I need that $100 to pay my bill at the end of the week. So they need to pay me back before the end of the week. And then the end of the week comes, and your friend didn't pay you back, and now your bill is due, and now you're in deep trouble because you don't have the money to pay your bill. That I would not do. But if I had enough money to pay my own bills, and my friend needed $100, and she said she'd give it back to me by the end of the week, and she didn't make it this week, but she's gonna, you know, next week or the week after, absolutely, I would totally still lend that money. Okay, I think Cecile's questions are just about finished. Last one says, I like asking questions so much, and I also like to get replies. Are you irritated at my questions? If you are, I'm sorry. And I had already responded to her and said, I'm not irritated with your questions. You had a lot of interesting, thought-provoking questions, and I'm glad that I'm able to answer some of those questions for you. If you guys ever have any questions or comments, just leave them in the comment section below any video, and I will see them. I don't always have a chance to reply to every comment. I don't get that many, so, you know, for the most part, I can at least hit that like button, give you a thumbs up. If I haven't, then I probably missed it somehow. Every so often, YouTube will bury a comment in the might be spam section of my comments. So it's kind of like going into the spam folder of YouTube, and I don't always see that right away because I forget to check that section. I just go in, I just get the comments that come to me via my notifications, and those don't come into notifications. They don't tell you that you've got one that they've put into the spam box, and I forget to go look. So if your question ended up in a weird place and I don't see it, I apologize. For the most part, unless I get a troll question, which, you know, you guys are not trolls, but if I get one, or a statement that's just really hurtful, those go. I don't need to leave those sitting there. So if you say something hurtful or mean, I just don't put up with that. Otherwise, you know, I'm up for most anything, and if I don't think I can answer your question, I will tell you that. You know, just like that one where they asked me to put my picture up. I wasn't comfortable with that, and I said that, you know, I'm not comfortable with this. So if I get a question that I'm not comfortable with, I will still read the question, answer, but I will answer the question with, I'm not comfortable answering that question. So anyway, just to let you know. Looks like some sort of fuzzy caterpillar dance. It's sort of a square dance with fuzzy caterpillars. I don't know. Interesting. I'm good to go with this, I think. A little bit of white. Let's highlight this. Just a smidge, because I'm on that peachy paper, so I can. You know, me and my lovely white pencil. I love this white pencil. Okay. And I'm not using anything fancy. It's just a plain old white color pencil. This one happens to be Prismacolor, which you can't see anymore because my pencil's getting short. Okay, I need the name of this, whatever it was called. Got a text message while I was away. PC flower. Okay. Stick it in here. PC flower. Alright, that works. You guys have a great day. I'm going to go check my mailbox or my front door because somebody delivered a package. I'm going to take a quickie break. I'm going to get ready for doing an Inktober or two. And I will see you back here in a few minutes. You won't know. It'll be like tomorrow or on another video or something. It'll be a different day for you guys, but I'm going to do it all today. Try to get as much done today as I can because I will be not home tomorrow. I'm going to drive that friend to the airport. And so that will be during prime drawing time because the sun is just at the wrong place, and if it gets too late in the day, I can't draw, and it's getting earlier and earlier now that the days are getting shorter, so I have to get all my drawing done before like noon-ish. Yeah. Okay, I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.